Joseph, who happens to be in Kerala. We started talking about what we are having during these days of lockdown, and then she talked about having dosas and even appam. And then I thought, right, I should learn how to work out an appam for my family as well here in northeast of India. Therefore today, after learning from her, I would like to work out the appam before you. And for that, what I have done is that I have taken 1 full cup of normal rice. We need to avoid joha rice because it's sticky there. Normal rice, and I have soaked it for almost 3 hours in water. This is the normal rice that I have here, and with this rice I have to take half a cup of cooked rice, and these two will go inside the blender, and I'll give it a nice whisk in the mixie, and then we are going to soak it overnight like that with a pinch of yeast, and then in the morning I'll be able to serve appam for my family. So let's first of all whisk this in the mixie. So it's a nice blend that I have there, perfect mixture. This is what she said I should have. I hope this is correct, the right consistency that I have here. So now I just scrape out everything that is there in my mixie, and then start with the next step. That is, I need now to put some yeast here, and she reminded me many times that I'm not going to, just once I need to mix it, just a pinch there. I hope this is perfect. Just the pinch I'm putting in, and then I am going to just turn it around once, properly mix it once, and leave it there overnight, soaked overnight, and tomorrow morning it will be ready to be served. Meanwhile, while this is resting, I think I should work on the next part of the recipe, or something that will go as an accompaniment with this appam. That is, I'm going to make for you all fish moli or fish stew. I just came to know that out there in Kerala they call it, if you're cooking with potatoes or you're cooking with egg or with chicken, then they call it stew. Otherwise they call it moli. Let's check out on the next part of the recipe. For the fish moli, what I have done is that I have cooked, or in fact fried, semi-fried some big prawns like this, around 18 of them, and just smearing them with some turmeric and some salt. And then I have here almost a bowl of onions, chopped, sliced in a way, very thin slice like this. So I have around 3 big onions here. I will need chilies according to as much of spicy as you want it to be. So 2 big chilies. I guess the chilies are not very hot. And a pinch of garam masala. And here I have almost just a small teaspoon of pepper powder and some turmeric powder there, and around 10 pods of garlic and a small inch of ginger. Apart from that, of course, as we are talking about a dish that we are making from the south of India, necessarily we are going to use some coconut milk. And of course, as always, I prefer to use the store-bought coconut milk, and I was directed that I need to make the first coconut milk a little thinner. So what I'm planning to do is that I'm going to mix some water there and make it thinner there, the first one, and the second time I put in the coconut milk will be without the water. So what I'm going to do now is that I've already heated the pan out there, and now I'm going to get about doing the entire recipe out. Pan is heated up, and I'm putting in 1 and 2 tablespoons of oil there, any cooking oil that you put in. Turn around the oil there, and then we are going to put in the garlic and the ginger which I've fried there. Okay. After that, I'll put in the onions and fry the onions for quite some time. Quite some time now. I've seen some of the dishes are white in color. I have no idea whether it's always white or not, but in some I've seen they've used turmeric, and because in my house most people like the turmeric in their food, therefore I'm putting in both of it, the turmeric, the pepper powder, and of course the garam masala. All of them will have to be stirred and fried for some time, and then we will introduce the prawns there. After frying for almost 4-5 minutes, they are almost cooked there, the onion, and they are almost glistening there, caramelized. I'm putting in the prawns. Fry the prawns for 2-3 minutes minimum, and then we'll put in the first the diluted coconut milk. Now I'll put in the diluted coconut milk. Normally when we talk about South Indian cooking, we have this idea that we have to use a curry patta, right? But here I'm avoiding use of the curry patta, just trying to make it more familiar to my house. So I'm putting in the coconut milk there. Yes, coconut milk is gone in there, and now I'll wait for the first boil, and then I think I need to put a little bit of salt there, and then I will let it go covered for some time till it boils up. I'll not put much there, of course, because I can always taste for it, and later I think I need to put a little more of water so that I can still have the gravy there. It's on high flame. I'm putting in a little bit of water. Let it cook there, and prawns as it is do not need much time to cook. So I just slit in the red big chilies there and drop in. It's again a play of colors. They are orange color, they are almost red color there of the chilies, the white of the coconut milk, and then this yellow. The difference in colors and shades is what appeals about the food there. Now I'm going to get it covered and let it stay there for some time till we are done. This has been cooking on for almost 6-7 minutes now, so this is the consistency has been reduced, and I guess this is the time when I put in the thicker coconut milk there. Before just taking it out, I'll put in this is like thicker coconut milk and let it come to the next boil there, and meanwhile I can check in for the salt there. It's little, I think you need to add a little bit of salt and be perfect there. So a little bit of salt goes in there. It's a little sweet dish because I think of the immense amount of onions that I put in. The salt is gone in. We'll wait for the first boil. Right? It really feels yummy in my tongue there. So we'll wait for the first boil and then we can always dish it out. So this is my prawn Moiley for you, and when I tasted it, it was yum. Therefore, I would like you to try and work out this recipe. I know you'll love it, and it's a tribute to my friend who really taught me how to make it. And when we're going to have it now, everyone in my house is going to love it. Therefore, I want you all to try it out. So after a night of soaking, this is the consistency of the batter. Yesterday's appam batter. Now I'll put in some water to have a consistency as the consistency of the dosas that we make. Okay. The yeast must have worked. Therefore, I think this is fine. Now normally they make it sweet, it seems, but here in this part of Assam, we normally like to have it a little salty. So I'm trying to adapt the appam to my taste, the taste of my family. So I'm putting in salt in place of sugar. There. And I also put in a little bit of soda bicarb, baking soda. Just a pinch. Just for the crispiness there. So it's all about adapting your food to your likes and to the way you like it, the way you like to have it. So giving it a I stir there, and now let's go and make our appams. Grease the pan a bit. Alright, put in my first batter. I think 2 will be fine. Spread it around a bit. It's almost like a dosa, just that the ingredients are different. So that's how I feel it. Okay, so we'll let it cook for some time till we get those bubbles there. So after 2-3 minutes, just put some oil around. Turn it a bit. Just flip it over. That's the type of foam that has come up. So here we have it's brown layer that we have. I think it is an indication that it's been cooked. So again, on the other side, we're going to wait for some time and our appams will be ready. So that's my appam. This is the moiley fish or prawn moiley that I had made, and here we have some potatoes too. The consistency might be different, the look might be different. It might be completely different from what our South Indian friends try it out. But here, this is my version of looking at the appam and the vegetarian and the non-vegetarian accompaniment that goes with it. I hope you like this recipe. Do give a like and a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel.